Let's talk about upgrades. Buying stuff for your bike is always fun. Now, specific for this ride, they are also going to carry into other facets of cycling. These are what I would recommend in terms of upgrades. Now, you can look at these as, hey, I got some spare cash and I want to upgrade my bike, or something, this part is no longer good and I need to replace it. What should you buy? I think hands down, one of the best bang for your buck upgrades is tires. Tires, they can make such a massive difference to the way your bike feels and rides and the speed of your bike, because tires are the only thing that come in contact with the ground. And that is a very overlooked part of cycling, I believe, especially for people getting into the sport. Now, a very common tire that a lot of people go with is something like a Continental Gator Skin tire. It's a great tire. Do not get me wrong. I am not bashing this tire by any means. The Continental Gator Skin tire is made to be durable, to prevent flats. And a lot of people here prevent flats. I don't have to change a flat out on the road. While it does do that, I don't think it's the best tire for this type of event. It's not as supple as some of the higher end race tires, and it's not as fast as some of those tires. I think it's a more sluggish tire. Can you do this event on it? 100%. A lot of you out there have done this event on a tire like that, so there's nothing wrong with it. But I think upgrading to something like Continental Grand Prix 5000 is going to make a big difference in something that you will actually notice and will make you faster. Global Cycling Network, GCN, did a video a couple months back where they tested Aero wheels, Aero deep section carbon wheels, and cheap tires versus expensive tires. You know what the fastest was? The expensive tire on the cheap wheel set. That was not Aero at all. Let's freeze here where my face looks stupid because I forgot to mention a very key part of this whole experiment that GCN did. So the fastest tire rim combo was the expensive tire on the Aero rims. But what was faster was the cheap wheel set with the expensive tire. That was faster than the very expensive wheel set that was carbon and Aero with the cheap tire on there. And it really does show that it makes a big difference in speed with what tires you are using. And I've seen this in my own riding. I've also looked at many, many studies and tests about tires and how much faster a tire can be. I have a great resource below. It's called bicyclerollingresistance.com, and they take literally every tire like ever made and stack it against each other and which is the fastest. So you can very data-driven, so you can see very clearly which is the fastest based on rolling resistance, which is measured in watts. So that's a great resource to look at. Plus, they've also realized that wider tires are faster. I think one notion back in the day was 19 millimeter tires pumped up to 120 PSI. That is no longer the case. Pros are racing on tires as big as 30 or 32, and their running pressure is very low. My own bike, I run 25 millimeter, which I want to get bigger. I have rim brakes right now. If you have disc brakes, usually those bikes allow bigger tires. So I run 25 millimeter tires with latex inner tubes at about 70 to 75 PSI in there. And that's much lower. And that really helps the road feel comfortable. So if you can get a faster rolling tire, Continental Grand Prix 5000 is one of my favorites. I think it's a very durable tire, but a very fast tire, and get as big as your frame can allow. I think it's going to make your ride feel way more comfortable, and it is proven to be just as fast, if not faster, than the more narrow tires. So the first time you ride with it, it's going to feel slow, but it's not. It's mind-blowing. It feels better on the road. You go through those cracks and crooks in the, I don't know what a crook in the road is, but you go through those cracks and those rocks in the road better. Instead of bouncing over it, your tire sinks into it and absorbs more of that shock. So on the realm of tire, like I said, I use latex inner tubes. Do I recommend using latex inner tubes? Yes and no. You are going to flat more easily with latex inner tubes, but you can run a little bit lower pressure and it feels better than a butyl standard inner tube. I really like latex. If you ride rim brakes though, do be cautious of it because they can pop under intense heat. So if you're riding disc brakes, a latex inner tube, you have no issue with the heat dispersion because there's nothing on the rim creating heat. But if you have rim brakes, that can be different. Another really, really good upgrade is tubeless wheels and tires. you need the right tire and you need the right wheels, but tubeless you can run low pressure and I should say lower pressure, and you just are probably not going to flat as much because if you get a hole in your tire, the tubeless sealant should seal. That's what it's designed to do, should seal in that tire so you don't have to worry about flats. And tubeless feels amazing. My gravel bike and when I race cyclocross, I race on tubeless and I absolutely love it. I want to go to tubeless on the road. I'm getting there this year and I'm really excited to do a full season on the road with tubeless. Some other big upgrades that people always look for is wheels. Are carbon wheels fun? Yes. Are they necessary? By no means are they necessary. What does a carbon rim add to your riding experience? Well, it's going to probably take a little bit of dampening out of the road. Carbon tends to absorb the road better, and you're going to have less feedback from the road with a carbon wheel. They're a little bit lighter. They're going to be stiffer, lighter, and stiffer generally means faster. And then usually a carbon rim is more aero. And more aero usually means free speed. You don't have to do any more work. You can do the same output that you usually do and pick up speed. Bang for your buck though, I would not say aero wheels are the best upgrade compared to tires. Are they fun and do they look good? Yes. Do I love carbon rims? 100% yes. They are a very fun upgrade. But I just want to put that out there. They can be very expensive and like the level of speed that you pick up is not as much as you would think, but they are fun. I love them. I basically only want to ride carbon rims. So we got to put that out there. Another very overlooked upgrade, I would say, is your clothing. Now, this is my Fathers for Fatherless kit. Actually, I think it's very aero. It's one of my, I'd say, better fitting kits in terms of aero and how it fits my body. But when you are cycling, your body is the biggest thing hitting the wind. And if you can get a jersey that is tight to your skin, you're going to be more aero. And that is going to equate to free speed. Now, another thing in that upgrade with free speed and your body is getting a bike fit. I think bike fits are a great investment into your cycling. Usually you get one bike fit and it's going to last you quite a long time. They can be $100 to $300. So I'm not saying they are the cheapest thing in the world, but they are very, very valuable. And the more comfortable you are biking, the more power you are going to put out and the faster you are going to go. So I highly recommend a bike fit. A power meter is a big thing that people like to upgrade with. I love my power meters. Okay, I have them on my bikes. I train with power, and I just don't like to go on a ride without a power meter. Do you need it? Absolutely not. I race. All of my training is based on my power numbers, and that is how I train. I train to power numbers. But you do not need to train with power numbers. You can train with heart rate. You can train with rate of perceived exertion. So you do not need a power meter. But they can make cycling a lot of fun. A lot of upgrades, I want to say. If it's going to make you have more fun on the bike and you have the money to buy it, buy it. If you have more fun, you're going to bike more. I just guarantee it. So a power meter for me makes cycling very fun. I like looking at the data. That's what a power meter does to me. It adds a lot of enjoyment to my cycling. And then on the flip side, I also train with it. So power meter is a great upgrade. There's just all of my thoughts behind that. Lastly, I would say a helmet is a good upgrade. Get something that is more aero, leans towards an aero helmet. Is it necessary? No, but you can save a few watts and go a little bit faster with an aero helmet. Is it going to make a huge difference? Probably not. You need a helmet to protect your head. Might as well get something that's a little bit more aero. Do you need to upgrade your bike? No. Is it fun to upgrade a bike? Yes. But if you're looking to get speed, I would upgrade your training. In some aspect, I would upgrade your training. Whether that's your training platform where you're getting your workouts from. Trainer Road is a great one to look at. If you're going to do indoor training plus outdoor training, Trainer Road is great. Training Peaks has a list of training plans that you can use. You can take those training plans and put it right up to your cycling computer. Now, again, these are easier if you are training with watts, but I would guarantee that if you spend time training, that is going to absolutely make you faster than any other upgrade, aside from pounding the nutrition and really looking at the carbs that you are eating, which we will get at in another video. But upgrading your training, if you have any questions about what training platforms are even out there, you can reach out to me. I've tried a lot of them. I have a lot of experience with a lot of the training plans and what would suit your situation the best. Those are my upgrades that I would suggest for this ride. Again, you don't have to buy upgrades. I just wanted to include this in the video. If you're looking for upgrades, that's what I would get specifically for this ride. And again, if it makes it more fun and you have the cash to do it, I would recommend getting that upgrade. I look a lot at your goals and what you are trying to accomplish. And a lot of it is just having fun. If you have fun, you're going to bike more. If you bike more, you're going to be better. It's kind of some of the rules of thumb that I go off of. So if your goal is to ride this 100-mile bike ride, complete it, and to ride more in general, get things that are going to make you have more fun on the bike. If you're not having fun on the bike, it's not fun to train. You're not going to get better.